Hello everybody and welcome back to another mathematics video. Today we will be exploring the world of percentage. We'll be finding percentage, we'll be determining how much percentage is something of something and everything as it relates to percentage. So let's first head into what exactly is percentage. So the concept of a percentage represents a portion of 100. So percent means per 100. So if I have 5%, that is telling me 5 per every 100. So 10% would mean 10 of every 100. So if I say 20% of students walk to school, that means 20 out of 100 students walk to school, or every 20 out of 100 walk to school. So if I have 200 students, that means 20 and 20, 40 walk to school, because it's 20 per 100. And that is what percentage means. And the symbol for percentage would be the circle with a slash and another circle at the bottom. So as long as you see that symbol, we're talking about percentage. So let's head into our wonderful examples that we have for today. So now we're looking at calculating percentage of a quantity. So to find percentage of a quantity, we convert the percentage to a fraction or decimal and then multiply it by the quantity, as simple as that. So we have the percentage over 100, because we know that is how we convert, we divide whatever by 100, and then we multiply it by the quantity. So the first example, we want to find 30% of 50. So 30% of 50, we know 30% would simply be 30 over 100, and of 50 we multiply that by 50. So we can do some simplification, or we can simply divide 30 by 100 and then multiply by 50, but I like to do the simplification way. So this 0 cancel out with that 0, this 0 cancel out with that 0. So we're now left with 3 multiplied by 5 will give me 15. So 30% of 50 is equal to 15. As easy as that. Now we want to express one quantity as a percentage of the other. So to express one quantity as a percentage of the other, we divide the part by the whole and then multiply it by 100. So it's the part, which is the thing that we want to represent the percentage of, and over the whole multiplied by 100. So for example, what percentage of 80 is 20? So we see the whole here is 80, because we want to know what percentage of 80, which is the entire thing, is 20. So we put 20 over 80 multiplied by 100, and this will give us what percentage of 80 is 20. So this is 20 over 80 multiplied by 100. So this 0 will cancel out with this 0. 2 ones, 2 divided by 8 is 4. So this will be 100 divided by 4, which will simply be 25. So we can say 25% of 80 is 20. So the answer is 25%. So to check this, we wanted to find what percentage of 80 is 20. So we can do a little working in the corner here. So we said that 25% of 80 is 20. So let's find 25% of 80. So this is 25 over 100 multiplied by 80. And this should work out and give us 20 if what we did was correct. So 25 ones, 25. 100 divided by 25 is 4. So 80 divided by 4 would be 4 ones, 4. 4 into 80, 2. So 25% of 80 is 20 indeed. So our answer of 25% is absolutely correct because we checked it by answering the question. So next we want to look at percentage increase and decrease. So sometimes we may see a price of an item increase from one price to another. Or sometimes they may even decrease depending on the value of the item, depending on the condition of the item. Or sometimes even you as a student, your marks may increase from one set of marks in a particular subject and it may increase from that mark to another mark. Or even the marks may decrease from a higher mark to a lower mark. So sometimes you'll be asked to find what is the percentage of the increase or what is the percentage of the decrease. So a simple formula that we use to find percentage increase or decrease is the amount of increase divided by the original value that you started off with multiplied by 100. Or if it's a decrease, the size of the decrease over the original value multiplied by 100. So this example says, if a price raises from $50 to $60, the percentage increase is, so we first find what is the increase, how much did this price increase by? So this will be 60 subtract 50 will give us 10. So we see the price increased by $10. So to find the percentage increase, it will be 10 over the original price was $50. So it's 10 over 50 multiplied by 100. So this 0 will go with that 0. 5 ones 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. And 2 times 10 will give you 20. So the percentage of increase of the price would be 20%. So we subtract, we take that difference and we put it over the original value and we multiply it by 100. So with that, now let's head into some exercise questions. Let's combine these concepts that we looked at so far. So the first one says, what is 15% of 200? So we know 15% of 200 would simply be 15 over 100 multiplied by 200. So this 0 cancel out with that 0, this 0 cancel out with that 0, and 15 times 2 will give me 30. So 15% of 200 is 30. Next one, express 45 as a percentage of 150. So we want to express 45 as a percentage of 150. So 45 over 150. And to get this as a percentage, we just multiply it by 100. So we work this out. This will go with that 0. So 15 ones 15. 15 into 45 would be 3. So we multiply 3 times 10 would be 30. So 45 as a percentage of 150 would be 30%. Let's look at another example. If the cost of an item raises from $80 to $100, what is the percentage of the increase? So we see the price raised from 80 to 100. So this will be 100 subtract 80. This will give us a raise of $20. So it's $20 over the original price, which was 80, multiplied by 100. So this 0 will go with this 0. 2 ones 2. 2 divided by 8 is 4. So we have 100 divided by 4 would give me 25. So it's 25% increase. Alright, so now let's continue. So now we want to find 25% of 240. So 25% of 240 would simply be 25 over 100 multiplied by 240. So 25 ones 25. 100 divided by 25 would be 4. So 240 divided by 4 would simply be 4 ones 4. 4 into 24 would be 6. So 240 divided by 4 would be 60. So 25% of 240 is 60. Next one, calculate 60% of 450. So this is 60 over 100 multiplied by 450. So this 0 go with that 0. This 0 go with that 0. So it's 6 multiplied by 45 would give us 270. So let's continue. Express 15 as a percentage of 75. So 15 as a percentage of 75 would be 15 over 75 multiplied by 100. So 15 ones 15. 15 into 75 would be 5. And 100 divided by this 5 would be equal to 20%. Next one. What percentage of 90 is 27? So this is a question that you would commonly find in paper 1 in your CXC exam. So this would simply be, what percentage of 90 is 27? So 27 over 90. So this 0 cancels out with that 0. 9 ones 9. 9 into 27 would be 3. So 3 times 10 would be 30. So 30% of 90 is 27. And we know we can do a little check to make sure we did this correct. So 30 over 100 multiplied by 90, this should give us 27. So this 0 cancel to that 0, this 0, that 0. 3 times 9 is 27. So indeed, we know our answer is correct. So let's move on. So the percentage of a tongue increases from 1,200 to 1,500. What is the percentage increase? So we see the number of the population increase from 1,200 to 1,500. So this will be 1,500 or 1,500. Subtract 1,200 and this will give us 300 increase. So now the percentage increase would be 300 over the original population, which is 1,200, multiplied by 100. So this 0 cancels out with that 0, this 0 cancels out with that 0. 3 ones 3, 3 into 12 would be 4. So this is 100 over 4, which is equal to 25% increase. The next one, a price decreases from $150 to $120. What is the percentage decrease? So we see the decrease would be 150 subtract 120. This will give us $30. So probably the item is expiring, so they want to sell it out. So this will be 30 over the original cost of the item, which is $150, multiplied by 100. So this 0 will cancel out with this 0. 15 ones 15, 15 into 32. So 2 times 10 would give you 20%. And last but not least, Sarah scores 72 marks out of 90. What percentage did she achieve? So 72 out of 90. So she scored 72 out of 90. So we multiply this by 100. So Sarah did very well. So we cancel out. So this 0 cancels with that 0. 9 ones 9. 9 into 72 would be 8. And 8 times 10 would be 80. So Sarah achieved 80%, which is excellent. So with that, it has brought us to the end of this video. I trust that you now have a firm understanding of percentage. And I trust that you now know how to find percentage of a number, how to find percentage increase and decrease. So it's very simple. You just have to remember percentage is out of 100. And you do your working and you cancel out accordingly. And you can find the percentage of any number. So with that, I'll see you until the next video.